Welcome to my channel. I am the Pink Flamingo, and I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers who found my channel while I was not uploading content. And thank you to all of my returning subscribers that are still here with me and did not unsubscribe because they did not see Flamingo upload content. Now, guys, I kind of had to step back a little bit and concentrate on a few things. I was getting a little overwhelmed. I had a lot of personal readings that I had to catch up on. And when it comes to YouTube, this is somewhat of a hobby for me, but I also take pride in what it is that I do. So if I can't give you guys my best, I won't give you anything at all because I just don't believe in providing mediocrity. So sometimes I will unplug and I might take a couple days off, but just know that I will be back. And sometimes I need that rejuvenation to be refreshed so I can continue to give you guys great readings or readings that I feel I can stand by. So thank you all for being patient. I also want to say if you are like me and things become a little overwhelming from time to time, please prioritize your health and your mental health. There's only one of you, and people depend on us on a day to day basis. Some of us who are mothers or fathers and we have children, we got that. If we have a career, that depends on us. If we got family, that depends on us. We might be a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, and a lot can be on our plates. And unfortunately, sometimes, I hate to say this, but you might have to unplug and focus on yourself. You might have to just go outside, get on your bike, go for a ride, go for a walk, do some yoga, find the Pilates studio, whatever it is that you need to do, make sure you do that and prioritize self-care. Because when we crash and burn, there's not really a replacement for us. If you get where I'm going, if you get my drift. So prioritize yourself. Always, always, always. This year of 2024 is hectic. And there's so much stuff that is happening. We got the royal family madness. We got the wars. We got so much things in our environment that's going on right now that's toxic. And not just world events, but the veil is lifting and it's the year of revelation. And this is going to continue straight into the new year. So a lot of stuff is going to happen in our personal lives. We're going to find out things that we might not have known about, good things and sometimes bad things, unfortunately. So getting ourselves in a good mental space is the best thing we can do going forward. All right. So I'm going to get right into the reading. Now, I unplugged, but the hamster wheel kept on turning. 150 days now, no Catherine, no sight of Catherine. Now, Charlotte just celebrated her birthday, and I had a wonderful subscriber let me know that a birthday was coming up. And Catherine, being the fashionista that she is, and for the mothers who know, who love fashion, the minute you get a daughter, the one thing you want to do is dress her up. You want to find the cutest dresses, the best outfits. It's almost like we turn our little daughters into dolls. So I can't see Catherine going, you know what? Post that old photo of Charlotte. I don't care if that outfit's a repeat. Being the fashionista that she is, I don't see it. This is getting scary. If there's one thing a mother will do, especially even a mother going through with a cancer struggle, and she's well alert and she's not out in a coma, the one thing she would do is make sure that her daughter looks the best. I can't see a mother who is even as much as struggling with cancer allowing a day like her daughter's birthday where she just drops the ball and she doesn't really do anything. It's just not possible, not in my thoughts. So this is getting scary. This is getting very, 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 very scary. For me, at least. And I kind of feel that the royal family now is kind of somewhat playing a stupid game with us, and it's almost like they're insulting our intelligence. They were trying to convince us this photo was new when most of us have seen this photo already. I know I have. So at this point, the question is, where's Catherine? Where is she? Now, I'm going to do a couple of videos where we can kind of get down in with the whole Catherine situation. But right now, I'm going to focus on the children because this is getting scary. And Harry's supposed to be heading out that way for some games. And we haven't gotten an update on anything new. It seems like Harry can't really stay at the Windsor Castle. And most of us kind of feel we know why. Big secrets are being held. There's a lot they don't want Harry to know for some reason. This is not just, oh, we're at odds with each other, so you can't stay here. It's very much so giving, I don't want to meet up with you because I know you're going to ask me questions that I can't answer. I don't want to meet up with you because I don't want you to ask me about the whereabouts of my wife and how she's doing. Because I know more than likely you're going to ask to want to see her. So this is getting scary. But we're going to tap right in. And I'm going to do the reading on the children and Harry's energy and see what I can find out. And I'm going to do Charlotte and I'm going to do George. I'm going to see what I can find out based on their energy, if there's anything there. So I'm going to get into my Panther Oracle deck. Now, this is more of a cartoon type deck. It's fun. I figure I'd use it. We're doing children. But it's a good deck overall. And I'm going to see what I can find when it comes to Charlotte's energy currently. All right. All right, energy. Give me the energy of Charlotte, Princess Charlotte, Princess of Wales, Catherine's daughter, Prince William's daughter. What is the energy on Charlotte? She just celebrated a birthday. What is her energy? Good birthday, bad birthday. What is her energy currently? What's going on around her? What does she know? What are her thoughts? Princess Charlotte. Princess Charlotte of the UK. Princess of Wales' daughter. Princess of Wales' daughter, Charlotte. Princess Catherine's daughter. Prince William's daughter. What's the energy? Ooh, I had a card that flipped right off the table. Excuse me, y'all. But you guys know that's a normal thing over here. Okay. All right, I am back. Oh, okay. My mat's looking kind of funny. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we'll ignore that. Okay. Oh, something else wanted to. Princess of Wales' daughter, Charlotte. What's the energy for little Charlotte? Princess Charlotte. Mm. So you can take a couple more cards out of this. See what else I can find for Princess Charlotte. Princess Charlotte's energy. Oh my goodness. All right, couple more. Princess Charlotte. What's her energy? Princess of Wales' daughter. Celebrated her birthday. What's in her energy? What does she know? How's she feeling? Okay, so I got a few cards for her energy, and I'll share them with you all as to how I think they apply. So what I got here is bullying. This is the first card that I found for Charlotte was the bullying. Now, the bullying could be bullying of adults, pushing her around, right? Now, with the bullying came the pride, okay? So with the bullying, there's the embarrassment, the gossip, and the unwillingness. The pride, as you see, there's a crown. So it's almost like she's in a situation currently where they're saying, you know, you can't be sorry. You can't be sad. You have a crown to wear. You have pride. You are royal. Charlotte does feel, or what's in her energy, is there's illness around her. Either she's feeling very sick and she's weak and she's fragile, or there's disease around her currently. We got the curse around her, the hate, the catastrophe, and the misfortune. Now, what I'm getting from this card with the adventure is what I think has been going on for a little while since December is, if you look here, the travel. So it's not really a positive way of looking at it where we're going, oh, someone's passionate, they want to travel. No, the traveling here is symbolizing the possibility that she's been moving around from different environment to different environments. There's not been much stability for her. What I'm getting is the friendship, which is what I had stated when I did the Thomas Van Strapenzi video, that I believe the children somewhat are in the care of William's friends. They're in the care of people they know. So as you can see here, friendship, team, connection, and network. So they're not around total strangers. They're around the people that William and Catherine could probably trust or probably do trust the most. More than likely, the people that William trusts the most. And if William does have something to hide, more than likely, he is not going to let the children around anyone who can ask the children questions and they can share information. Because as you all know, children are like little sponges, they absorb everything. And then when you squeeze them, they let everything go. So you got to be a little careful when it comes to children, because children are the ones to tattletale and tell everything. And I just don't feel William will expose these children to anyone that would talk about what's really going on in his environment right now with his wife. I got the gain, the cultivation, the profit, and the conclusion. So right now, what this means in her energy is it could possibly mean nothing of positivity, right? When we think of profit and gaining, we think of positive things. But right now, what I'm picking up in her energy is based on the pride of being royal. She's somewhat looked at as, oh, this is profit. I am profit. Whatever I am, I'm more than just a child. I'm a child that they're worth fighting over, right? That has to do more so with the lineage of being royal and her not being seen as the everyday child. She is aware that something is attached to her, which is the title of being the princess. So she's not allowed, for instance, how I would describe it would be when two parents might be at odds with each other, they might argue about where the children might live. For her, she knows that she's prophet. She is basically part of the royal family. She has a crown to wear. She's not the average child. So if there is truth to a custody battle going on between Catherine, and Catherine is well enough to do this might be what this card represents in terms of the fact that they both feel like they have something to gain. She's looked at as collateral, is what it's coming off to me as. It's like, you take the children. No, you don't take the children. You take George. George is going to be heir. That could be a little bit of what's going on in their environment. Now, if their mother is not well, or their mother is unfortunately not with us, there could be other people behind the scenes fighting for possibly custody of the children. So for her in her environment, she feels, I'm prophet. This is not a normal situation. I'm not a normal child. I'm also getting the merit making, goodness, humanness, and morality. So I don't know if Charlotte's mother, when her mother was well, maybe they had a spiritual connection. Maybe her mother taught her about God. But I'm getting in her energy that she's very hopeful. And she's trying to find some type of spiritual connection, some type of peace. And children do learn about God and different things within nature, depending on the environment you grow them up in. A lot of children, if something happens disastrous to their parents, they will lean on God. They will lean on prayer. Spirit is also letting me know that her days are not very proactive. Sweet dreams. She's usually having a lazy day, just laying around, maybe possibly stressed out about what it is that she may have seen. So these are what I got in terms of these cards. Seems like Charlotte has not really had a stable environment. At some point, she was exposed to some form of sickness or someone being sick around her. And she feels that she's being bullied. She's being pushed around. This is the card that I got for her. And she got the curse. She knows catastrophe has happened. Misfortune has happened in her life when it comes to her mother. She knows something is not right. Now, it could very much so be her mother's illness because we really can't confirm what it is that's going on. Or it could have been something her father did. But I'm definitely getting illness around her. So it's either she's being lied to and being told that her mother is very sick and she has not seen her mother. Because even though people would think that she had witnessed something, she might have witnessed something, which is the truth. But in order for them to keep the charades up and the lies, they could be saying stuff like, Charlotte, your mom will be home soon. She's a little sick. She's a little sick. Give her some time. She's a little sick. These are all situations that could be occurring right now because obviously there has to be lies that they have to be telling a child. I'm also going to shuffle a little more and see what other cards can come out in her energy. But I'm not getting great cards. From the sickness to the bullying and the travel, it doesn't seem like she's had a stable environment. And it seems like she's been shacking up with friends for the most part. Maybe people that are close to William. William is probably not a proactive father, and he's letting other people in his network do that job of caring for her. Now, the traveling, it could very well mean he shipped her off to some form of boarding school or somewhere away from him currently. So she more than likely is not even around William because the travel card is coming up for her energy. So she has not been in a stable environment. Any more cards here, Spirit, for Charlotte's energy? Yep, there it is. Any more cards? This is getting really bad. Are any more cards here, Spirit? Charlotte's energy. Princess Charlotte's energy. Anything else? Charlotte's energy. This is not really a good thing. The truth of them going to boarding school and being shipped off into different environments could be very true. They might not be anywhere near their mother, and they might be being told lies. So this card kind of, you can see, represents somewhat like a teacher. And it seems like it's representing boarding school, a teaching facility, right? Obedience and knowledge is coming up on this card. Trap. Charlotte feels trapped currently. She does not feel that she is in an environment where she can escape. She feels like she's a victim. She feels tricked. So the same games that they're playing with the public, they might be playing the same games with the children. I'm getting the Fury card. She's upset. She is angry. And as you guys can see here on this card, it's like a family photo. Shattered. So what I'm getting in Charlotte's energy, she's more than likely shipped off to some form of boarding school, or she is away from William currently. But Spirit is letting me know she feels like she's being bullied. She's being told what to do currently, what she cannot do, where she can go, who she can talk to. And that's because she has to have pride, royal pride. She has a crown to wear. She has a crown to protect. They might be very well giving her the same crap of, mommy's sick. She'll get better. Don't worry, whether mommy's in a coma or worse. So it doesn't seem like Catherine might actually have these children. And I have the curse energy coming up for her. The hate, the catastrophe, and the misfortune. And of course, when your family photo looks like this and it's shattered, yeah, that is a curse. She's traveling to friends, people within William's network, his team, whoever he got lined up to take care of these children, he's doing it. But her mother raised her well. She's trying her best to find that peace spiritually. So Catherine might have been a spiritual person. I don't know if she's Catholic, but maybe she raised little Charlotte to be Catholic. And she realizes that she's not the average child. I'm being treated like collateral. I'm being treated like property. There's something different about me. There's something about me in which the royal family can use me to gain. She already understands that the other children she might be around are regular, everyday children. And that was in the past. She's probably not around children anymore, but she knows her life is very different. And she's having these days where she's just so depressed, lazy days, just laying in the bed, probably depressed about what she saw or what she doesn't know. So that's what I got for Charlotte's energy. I'm going to do George's energy and see what comes out. But these are not great cards. So there's traveling in her energy. Hopefully the traveling is between Catherine and William. We can only hope for the best, but I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't think so. And I know people are saying things like there's a possibility that just want to make sure my cards are in order here. But people are saying there's a possibility that George might be with William and Charlotte is with her mother and Louis with his mother. To be honest with you all, Catherine doesn't strike me as a type of woman that would leave any of her children behind. And I think most mothers would never leave any of their children behind. it's almost like we would rather die in that situation before we leave any of our children. So I don't see Catherine being the kind of mom where it's like, you can keep George, but I'm going to take the other two and get out of here. So it's either the children are being thrown back and forth into two different groups, or more than likely, Catherine, which we are kind of already now thinking the worst, because I'll be honest, unless she's playing hardball with the royal family and she's saying, I won't publish any photos of my child, I won't do this, I won't do that. I don't know how hard of a ball she's playing, but personally, I kind of think a mother cares about her daughter's birthday. And I think Catherine would still acknowledge the fact that she is the princess to the people. So it's not just about her not posting the child as a way to play hardball. I think Catherine loves the people of the UK. So I don't think she would be selfish in terms of, I don't want to share a photo of my daughter on her birthday looking beautiful. She might say, listen, I'm not taking any photos with William, which is understandable, but I'm just not getting the energy that she would withhold her children and not have them looking great on a special day. So this is kind of getting a little scary for me. I'm starting to think something's actually wrong with Catherine, and that she's not really alert for the children. George's energy. Oh, sorry guys, I got a card that's flipped here. Let's see what I got here for George's energy. George. Prince George. What do we got for his energy? These children might very well be off to boarding school somewhere, like people are saying. The travel definitely was in her energy. George, Prince George, Catherine, Princess Catherine of Wales' son. Catherine of Wales' son, Prince George. Wow. Any more cards in his energy? Prince George, Princess Catherine of Wales' son. Anything in his energy, Spirit? Yep. I hate shuffling this right now. I'm getting really bad energy, very dark energy, and I'm just not happy. But I'm going to continue to shuffle and pull the cards out. I really don't like what I'm feeling for the children. Couple more cards here, Spirit, for Prince George. All right. So we're going to go through the cards. The card that I was just shuffling and it fell out around the children's energy, George, perseverance, the challenge, right? Which is what applies to him, the challenges right now. Now, everyone is saying on the internet, from what I'm hearing from my comment section, people are saying Charlotte might have witnessed this. But what I'm also picking up, it was not just Charlotte that witnessed this, but George saw this. Because now I'm getting conflict. He knows there's some form of conflict. This more than likely was what he saw that night. That we're all saying, more than likely Charlotte was the one that saw it. But it seems like Charlotte and George might be both very well aware of what it is that is taking place in their parents' marriage. I got the compromise card. As if he knew his parents were possibly arguing or fighting over something. And they needed to compromise. And along with the compromise that I got right with it was the inducement, the persuasion, the bribe. So right now in his environment, what's coming out is William more than likely is bribing people, persuading people. He knew his parents had a conflict and they needed to find a way to compromise. I got the promise as if he knows that his father had promised maybe to be a better man to his mother and didn't do so. And Catherine did well with the children in terms of spirituality, because now I'm getting libations again, which is another form of spirituality, religion, and prayer. Like I was saying to you in the other poll with Charlotte's energy, the children are very grounded in terms of spirituality. It seemed, because I know it's not William because I've read William before and I've gotten he doesn't believe in God. So it is Catherine who is the one who believes in God. I don't know her faith. If you guys know, you can share that. But I get the energy. She is Catholic. And she might be one of those people that threw her energy and all of her stress and her burdens into her religion. She might have been struggling for a while with William, and that might have been what she would do. She might have been taking her children with her to church. I got the origin card. And I believe what that goes with is the profession, the vitality, and the profession, which represents him knowing that he's heir. And right now, just like what was coming out in Charlotte's energy with the pride, he knows he has to somewhat stay in that zone of I am royal. So right now, they're more than likely telling the children, listen, you cannot say anything. You cannot talk to certain people about this. I'm also getting the stubbornness. This might be how he views his father currently. He might say, my dad is stubborn. He got a bad attitude. He's arrogant. So this is what's coming up in his energy. So if there is truth to that fight that occurred right before the ambulance was called, so to speak, it seems like George was also there. And it seems like George is not the, Charlotte might not be the only one that saw everything if something did occur. Okay? So this is what I'm getting in the energy. He knows that he's got to persevere through this. He's got to keep going. He knows he's got to stay professional. He knows about his daddy's promises and the lies. He knows about the conflict. Maybe the conflict he witnessed that night. He saw the conflict. He knows it's been going on. But he's been trying to stick to his faith. So his mother raised all the children to be somewhat spiritual. Now I'm going to tap into my psychic oracle deck just so I can see, based on their spirituality, what it's like for the children currently. I'll do George's energy and I will do Charlotte's energy and how they feel spiritually. If there's any travel, again, I seen travel in Charlotte's energy. So more than likely the children are off to boarding school and this is what's going on with them. So there might be truth to that rumor of the boarding school and them being shipped out. But of course, they're under the care that William wants them to be under. So these are people that are in William's network. This is not just the everyday school that he's allowing. And this might be why he took those children out of the school that they're in. Now, I don't know what type of environments these are that the children are in. I'm getting the bullying energy in Charlotte coming up, as if she feels that she's being bullied a bit. And she's very depressed. So I don't know if they have her under any medication, any meds to get through this, but I'm getting the lazy all day. I'm laying in bed. Not something a child would be like. Very depressed. All right, Spirit. Give me the energy for Charlotte. Anything in her energy spiritually? I really hope they're not putting her under like meds or anything crazy to try to suppress her thoughts. It seems like George is a little bit stronger than her. He saw what he saw as well, but he seems to be the strong one currently. I don't know if he's just kind of raised to be like the child with the heart of stone. All right, what else is in Charlotte's energy? Now, there's been rumors that Charlotte could very well be queen for whatever reason. I've seen people saying that on TikTok. And I'm kind of getting that energy in the cards, but I'm going to pull some more cards. All right, Spirit. Charlotte's energy. Princess of Wales' daughter. What's in Charlotte's energy currently? Anything for the future, present, or past? What's in Charlotte's energy? Okay. Guys, you know what? Charlotte actually might be queen. I know when I seen it myself, I was saying to myself, are they sure? Why are people jumping to this conclusion? But I'm actually getting this type of energy in my cards with her. That she actually might end up being queen. And I'll share my cards in a second with you all. Charlotte's energy, Spirit. Anything else you'd like to add to this? Princess Charlotte. So I'm getting a bit of a future read as well as maybe a bit of a current. So I'm going to see what card I can pull last and let you guys know exactly what's in her energy here. All right. Makes all the sense to me. So what Spirit is giving me when it comes to Charlotte is it's saying prosperity begins for her. Now, this is a sad situation. I don't know what her mother's going through. I don't know what her father's going through. But Spirit is saying the seed has been planted. The tree will grow and it will bear its fruits. So whatever it is that Charlotte is going through right now, this very moment, is going to make her the woman she is going to be in the future. Spirit says the universe has a purpose for Charlotte. Spirit's also saying through her, new beginnings will occur. So let's just say in my last read, William, I don't know if the monarchy ends with him, but it's seeming like Charlotte could be queen. So the monarchy might not come to an end, but perhaps that king situation might skip over William somehow. Not sure. But Spirit is saying through her, new beginnings will occur. Spirit is also giving me the temptation that she will have to fight temptation. She will have to push back a lot of things. Things will come her way in the future. Or right now, currently, people might be using things to bribe her as a child. And what she's getting is deception and envy. So she knows that deception is what is taking place right now. Envy could be her future in terms of people might be very jealous of Charlotte if she is to be queen. But Spirit is letting me know there will be victory and success for Charlotte. Charlotte will win her battle. So at some point, if the monarchy does not end, Charlotte may very well be queen. And Spirit is saying Catherine planted the seed for this to happen. So I don't know if her mother and her ever had talks, but it seems like she's a very strong girl. And Spirit is saying through new beginnings for her. New beginnings is the card I'm getting for Charlotte. She's going to bring about some change or new beginnings. Maybe if she doesn't become queen, maybe there's something else that she will be doing that will change the world and the events of how everything is looked at when it comes to the royal family. Now, I'm going to do George's energy really quick. Now, this is a bit of a longer read. And I'm going to see what comes up in the children's energy. I'm going to try to go with my traditional, but I'm going to see what comes up for George. All right, Spirit, give me the energy spiritually for George. Any future, present, or anything of that nature for George? Oh, crap. Okay, for George. What do we have here for George, Spirit? What's his energy right now? Thought something wanted to come out there. wow. This is very interesting. I'll pull a couple more cards for George. One last card for him. Anything else, Spirit, for George? I actually think this represents future right now. Now we're talking about King and Queen. One last card here, Spirit, for George, please. Give me one last card. All right. So what I'm getting from this, as we know, with him being his young age, is kind of the waiting game. People are waiting around to see if he'll be king. So the waiting game applies. The auxiliary motion is when he gets to that age, he will shock people. He will move swiftly, and the movement he'll give is, I am moving on from the royal family. He might make the decision that he has no want to be king. What's also coming up in his energy is conflict and defeat. So this might not be his thing, is what Spirit is giving. And he'll have mental conflict with this, future-wise. But he will have triumph and success of his own. But it might not be the king. He might not want the king. And this might be how Charlotte ends up being queen, if she is. So this is what I'm getting from these cards in terms of what wanted to pour out of the psychic deck. And I'm getting a lot of future stuff in terms of the children and their position. So I'm going to do some shuffling and see if I can get any energy in terms of the children, their whereabouts, if they're currently around William, or what I can see here. All right, Spirit, give me some clues as to the kind of person the children are currently around. Who is Charlotte around? Someone loving? A teacher? What's her day-to-day currently? What is she experiencing? The kind of person she is around. Yeah. One last card here. So I'm getting a lot in Charlotte's energy. I'm getting more so her parents' relationship again. But with the Five of Pentacles, I'm getting that energy of changes, positive changes for her in terms of she might not be in the same environment, which means that she might be under William's watch, but she might not be around William. And the energy that I'm picking up is with the Knight of Cups here, the heartbreak, the disappointment, and the offers that have been turned down. With the justice in the upright, it's giving a bit of legal matters. So I don't know right now if the children, which is what I was picking up in the Panther Oracle, as if there's some type of legal stuff that might be going on. I don't know. And this is the thing. We don't know if Catherine is well and alive with us, or this legal stuff could be going on between families. I don't know if Carol wants access to the children. I don't know what the heck is going on, but I'm getting a little bit of legal stuff going on when it comes to the children. I'm also getting with the 10 of Swords here, the divorce, right? That's what it means, legal issues and divorce. So I don't know if this was stuff that was placed in the beginning before this all went left and maybe Catherine is not well. I have no idea. But I don't know if this is what triggered their conflict that might result as to why Catherine is not here. But Spirit is basically giving us the energy of they might have been talking about divorce. This divorce may have occurred or not occurred, but this divorce was in the makings. They were fighting over the children. And I don't know if they decided to spend Christmas together, because a lot of divorced couples, when they're not supposed to be together, they'll spend Christmas together just as a way, as a last minute thing to see if they can kind of fix their issues and kind of blend the family back together, kind of glue it back together. And I don't know if that's something they were attempting to do and it went all the way left. Because I'm picking up in George's energy, which you guys seen, which was in this deck. I had got like the compromise, as if, he said, Daddy's promising something. So I don't know if that so-called getaway that they had that Christmas was a way of them trying to glue their marriage back together or glue their family. But this came up in George's energy, like compromise, as if they were trying to compromise and it just did not work. And I did get the conflict in his energy, which is here. So I don't know if Catherine and William were fighting before this December situation. And then that thing that we saw of them going to church together, because as you see in the energy I'm picking up, Catherine seems to take church very seriously. So maybe this was Catherine's way of reaching out to William and saying, hey, William, let's go to church. Let's see if we can get this together. Let's put this divorce on a back burner. Let's see if we can make it work for our children. And maybe they felt like they could be at a compromise. And what could have occurred that night, like a lot of couples do when they're trying to glue things together, arguments can occur. Because if an argument occurred, and let's say Concha Kaleja is correct, and there is a coma, I'm starting to wonder if an accident occurred through an argument of some sort. And that's why she was rushed out of the home in an ambulance. If they were all just trying to get together based on, let's work this out as a family. And maybe the children were aware this entire time that mommy and daddy are going to get a divorce. And that could have been their last shot at trying to keep it together. But they really just don't get along. And maybe that's why Charlotte and George might have seen what occurred. Now, we haven't heard from Catherine, but I've been getting divorce in the cards a lot. So it's either Catherine is divorced or going through a divorce and she's separating. And, I personally don't see a mother leaving any of her children behind. And I'm also getting the energy that the children are somewhat shipped off. Because I'm not getting any happiness around them. I'm getting bullying and pride cards and being professional and having to kind of somewhat stay in their elements. And I'm also getting this again in Charlotte's energy, where I'm seeing the divorce with the 10 of Swords here. And with the justice card and the fairness and the balance, we're getting the legal matters. So this very well. And then with the 5 of coins or the 5 of pentacles, I'm getting the recovery energy. People trying to fix things together, patch it together. And that came with the divorce, the recovery and the divorce. And I have gotten in some of my readings, I have gotten a lot of them always trying to kind of glue their marriage back together. Like this is not the first time they've tried to glue what was broken. And maybe this went all the way left. Now, as for the children, my conclusion to the children is they're more than likely shipped off. And I believe the rumor. I don't believe Catherine is caring for these children, and I don't even think William's caring for them. So that's what I got on the children. And as for the rumor that they're saying on TikTok that she might be queen one day and they're hoping she could be queen, that's a strong possibility. I'm already picking up in George's energy that he has no interest in being king. So it's a mental conflict for him. But maybe George might not want to be king after witnessing what his father's doing to his mother. He might think being a king is the worst thing that he can be. So, but they say Charlotte in the cards, honey. She's ready to bring about new beginnings. That's what the psychic deck's saying. Let me know what you guys think. I know this reading's a little bit longer than normal, but I wanted to at least get into the children's energy a little bit, see what I can find future-wise, present-wise, past. And this reading was not very entertaining for me. I feel a lot of darkness around the children currently. I don't feel that they're comfortable. I kind of get the energy based on the lazy card coming up for Charlotte that they might be giving her a bit of sleep meds and stuff like that just for her to balance. George is the stronger one, and that might be why we have seen him out and about. And to be quite honest, these children might not be with William at all. George might have just did the photo op because it's not hard for William to kind of get his son, go out to a game just to get a good photo op for the media and send them right back to boarding school. Right? Children from boarding school and different things like that, they do come home. So it's not hard for us to believe that the children are not really under the care of either or parent. And I just feel like if Catherine was around, she would not be so neglectful in terms of allowing them to post photos of her children with repeat clothing. I know a mother can put up a fight through a divorce, but she's not angry with us. She's angry with William. So what would be the need to withhold your daughter and not post a very nice photo of her on her birthday? You already know you're married into the royal family. You know your daughter's a princess. I don't see that as a mother she would take that away from Charlotte. Charlotte being the people's princess. I don't see her quarrel being with us. Her quarrel would be with William. And that would be the truth. And to be quite honest, if Catherine was well, she'd probably take these photos and probably sell them and make some money off of it herself in terms of selling it to the best media outlet that would want it. Everybody wants to see a good photo and a recent photo of the children. This would definitely be a way for her to make, I guess, income if that's really what she wanted to do. So there's just so much different things that I don't see what would make her withhold photos or current photos of her children. It's just not something a mother would do. So let me know what you guys think. I gave you guys a little bit of a longer video this time. I've been gone for a little bit, but this is my reading on the children. Charlotte for Queen. George said no. He's mentally conflicted about that idea of being royal. He doesn't like it already. What do you think? Do you guys think the children are off to boarding school? I'm seeing travel. Let me know what y'all think about this reading. And stay tuned, guys, for some more readings. I'm going to do some of the couple stuff. And I didn't get into Harry. I said I would, but this video is a little long already. So I'll do Harry another time. But until next time, guys, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye.